Hey guys, I've currently got my cat on my lap, so if you manage to hear any background purring, it's because of her. I will also probably be cussing her out once or twice during the stream because if you haven't been on a stream where my cat's been in my lap, she tends to get in the way. She does, and it is usually art streams, which is really annoying because it makes it so much harder to art when my cat is in my lap. Isn't it, baby? Can you even hear that? Should I say hi? Yeah. Oh, the mic just about picked up her purrs, but she is currently flopping around on my lap. Very much begging for cuddles, even though the seat I'm sitting on is not exactly great for doing cross-legged stuff, and I'm currently cross-legged. Give me a second, I'll move back ever so slightly so that my foot's not slipping off the edge. There we go. Is that more comfy? Is that more comfy, princess? You want to settle down, or are you going to keep going round in circles? And she's settled. Nice. Okay. Start stream first thing. Yeah, the cat's being a bitch. And of course, every time I start stream, we must find out which Pokemon we have missed. Miss Coolin. Do I know that one? Doing a bit of a bippity-boppity search. That didn't even rhyme. Why the fuck did I say that? Ooh. Ooh, that fan be whirring. That fan be whirring. Damn. Oh! It's a fish Pokemon that looks like a barracuda. I think that's the fish I'm thinking of. I don't know my fish very well. Damn. Okay then. I don't know what to talk about. Yeah, I really didn't think about it. I really need to start, like, thinking of ideas of what to discuss when I have no one in chat. Because sitting here muttering to myself while I look through my phone, because that's what I'm currently doing. It's not what I do most times, don't worry. But, boy howdy, I have no idea what I am doing. Oh, there's so many things to read. Too many things to read. So, little kitty, you good? I love giving her kisses. She's very cute. I might have an image of her somewhere. Grix, hello. Good to see you, mate. CL's not currently here. They're watching a play. I believe they're watching Rocky Horror Live. So they're not currently in chat. So I've kind of just been muttering to myself the last few minutes. By the way, my cat is here. So if you do hear any background purring, it's because of her. Either that or it's the fan, and I doubt it's the fan. I may cuss her out a few times. She does get wiggly. Yeah, kitty. She is a 6-year-old tortoiseshell cat. We got her at about 8 months. But I think that was like... Actually, no, do we get her at 8 months? But we got her before her first birthday, like a whole year. But the issue was she had been given kits very early. She had a litter before she was, like, properly ready. And so she couldn't, like, properly produce milk for the whole litter. Oddly enough, not a single kitten displayed the same, like, coat colour as her. They were all grey striped tabbies. And it's like, she is a very, very dark cat. She is predominantly black with patches of, like, gingery brown. Which is very cute. She's very cute. But, jeez. Oh my god, it's a bot! Yes! Oh, I love doing this shit. Okay. And then I need to... God, this is easier to do on mobile. And I don't have a moderator in chat right now. Okay. Give me a second. I will get rid of this bullshit. Because that is a whole ass paragraph. What the fuck? Bruh, give me a second. Don't come in here saying that shit. That's rude. I can't do it from here. Damn. Yeah, but... Crooks, you're just gonna have to start spamming. Get the fucking bot out of the chat. I blocked it. And now I seriously can't delete it. I have a commission to finish, so I'll kind of be lurking. Oh, okay. I didn't read that one. It's just, you sent your message, and then all of a sudden I get this fucking bot paragraph. And I can't get rid of it now. Great. I am an amateur streamer, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to do it, I'm gonna have to go bippity boppity online. Why do I keep saying bippity boppity? It's not fucking bippity boppity. It's a, I'm going online and going to the stream manager, because fuck that shit. Enough. Oh. Ah. So it is deleted from the main chat. Because I can't see it here. Well, that's lovely. Right, well, the cat's gone to sleep. I can probably pull my desk out a little further to make it easier on me. Please don't, like, violently flinch or something. You are going to set the whole fucking desk over. I mean, probably not, but you know what I mean. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so we need to move that out of the way. Because otherwise that's gonna fling my phone off the desk. So we need to flip this shit over. There. There we go. Alright. And then I didn't do the thing again. There we go. Now Oh, she's flexing her little paws. Oh, baby, so cute. I love her so much. I really do. I didn't figure out color for the stitches. So this was the body. Body. Tail. What were you for? Oh, you were fluff. And you were eyes. So, I love this cat very much, but she is a little tiny pain in the ass. If you could refrain from licking yourself while I am streaming, it would be much appreciated. Is it weird that I have a craving for pizza? I mean, nah man, I don't think so. If you crave pizza, you crave pizza, my guy. It's back to nature. Oh god, please don't do that again, Hope. Oh, I could feel that on my fucking leg. Ugh. She swallowed. Ah! You're doing it again! Why did both you and Cammy do it? They're like... But the thing is, when an animal of any kind moves their jaw, it is the bottom part that moves. It is not the top. So the issue with that is, she has got her jaw resting on my thigh. So every time she does the thing, to like, I think swallow saliva maybe, I can feel it. And it's creepy. I'm also having to have my arm at a weird fucking angle so that I don't bonk her on the head accidentally. Oh, that is warm. Oh, that is warm. Not even a reaction. Okay, okay. No, I'm not taking the lid off that. I've got coffee. And I'm not taking the lid off. Absolutely not. I've also got a Nature Valley bar because I literally woke up, set shit up for stream, and then was downstairs for like 15 minutes before I had to come back up. I am technically going up against my parents' rules since I'm not really supposed to have food or hot drinks up here. But they aren't in the house, so it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm just gonna be too... Then. What? What's that look for, my love? Honey. Yeah, your purring is cute, my love, but you're being a bit of a menace. Oh god, please don't do the thing I think you're going to do. You like this, huh? have a chew necklace, for context. It's a little chewy gem. Like, I can bite into when, like, I'm excited or stressed or I just need something to stim with my mouth so I'm not, like, eating my nails. It doesn't necessarily work for the nail thing all the time, but I have one. But because I have one, it settles, like, in the middle of my chest. And it is unfortunately prime real estate for cat bapping. So I'm trying to do something, and I've got a little kitty cat who's trying to effectively bap my chest. Yeah, I have got the right one out. Are you okay there? Hmm? You okay there, princess? Yeah? Good. She is a bit of a princess. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't even see that. I mean, that works. Okay. I mean, can you boop the cat for me? I can indeed. Look up. Boop. There we go. Oh. Leaning in for pets. She's happy. She's got beautiful green eyes. You know, I think she's only ever scared my family, like, properly twice. The first time was, wouldn't you know it, when we brought her home. Our instructions were to tape the cat flap shut, because Dad had installed a cat flap, because we knew we were getting a cat. And our instructions were to basically just tape up the cat flap, make sure she can't get out, so she adjusts to her environment and she recognises that this is now her home. You know, scent marking the whole place, right? So we did exactly as instructed. We followed the rules. We made sure the whole house was cat-proofed. And everything seemed fine. Brought her home. Everything was hunky-dory. Nothing was up. And then, well, I think it was either the night of bringing her home or a couple days after. But we were trying to find her, because we still hadn't let her out the cat flap yet. But my sisters and I were still going to school. Like, we had to make sure that the cat didn't escape out the door while we were trying to leave. So we all were, like, shuffling out the door on our way to school. So, we come home, we're trying to find Hope, because I think we were supposed to give her, like, a flea treatment or something. Like, just supposed to give her, like, generalized meds for pets to make sure they don't get sick or any sort of, you know, bug or something they shouldn't get. So we started searching the house for her. At this point, we didn't have Cammy. Cammy didn't come along until a couple years after. But essentially, we were searching the house for this cat, and we couldn't fucking find her. We just couldn't find her. We were like panicking, we were calling her name. It was like, we were all like absolutely panicking. Even my dad, who was sort of like a little tense about getting a cat. Like, he's not the biggest fan of cats, although cats do love him. You know that rule, if you don't like a cat, the cat's gonna pick you. But essentially, we were all panicking, and my mum went into her bedroom to see if Hope was in there, and she must have flung the door open. And the thing is, at the time, my dad was still in the army. So he still had all his army bags and stuff, and he had a little camo duffel bag, which he had placed behind the door to, you know, keep it out of the way. And what had happened is little Miss Fluffpaws here cat is smart. Debatable. But essentially what had happened is Hope had been looking for a place to comfortably sleep. Like, she had been running around the house all day, being a little bit of a menace, you know, adjusting to her surroundings, and she wanted a nice, comfortable place to sleep. And where did she choose? She chose the duffel bag behind the door. The one place none of us had checked. So we were all panicking because we'd lost this tiny little cat. She wasn't even full grown at the time. Like, she was genuinely still within her, like, she was starting to, like, grow out of the kitten phase and just about starting to grow into her adult body. Which is why the whole kit thing is a bit, you know, sad. But we were trying to find this little cat, because we'd previously had a tomcat. Like, we'd previously had a big fucking chonker of a male cat. He was a tuxedo cat, so he had, like, predominantly black. He had, what the fuck was that? He had mostly black. He had a black patch on his chest. Little black paws, a little, like, tuft on the end of his tail that was white and such. But we were used to a much bigger cat, and we hadn't had a cat in a couple years because we'd all been devastated with losing our previous cat, Sam, and it was all kind of crumbling down on us, along with the fact that we had to, like, move house. Yeah, Tuxedo Kitty. He was very cute. But towards the end, things were kind of really rough for him. Because he managed to get cancer in one of his eyes. So it had to get removed, and it got worse for him over time. I mean, it's not like he was, like, a super young cat. He was, like, 11 years old. So he was legitimately only a little bit older than me at the time. Because I was going to turn 11 only a couple days after his death. So it's really sad. And if you can't tell, my voice is kind of shaking talking about it, because I still miss him. But essentially, the first time we had a panic over our current cat, Hope, the first time was because she decided she wanted to sleep in the duffel bag, and by Mum flinging the door open into the duffel bag, we heard a yowl, and my mum started crying with joy because we'd finally found the cat. which was both funny and relieving, because we'd been panicking for the best part of half an hour at that point. We were like, oh god, did we manage to let her out when we went to school? I don't think so. Are you absolutely sure? Like, yeah. Making sure that we didn't have any of the downstairs windows open, because there's no way she'd jump from, like, an upstairs window. Yeah. She panicked us that time. But we did find her eventually. We had a Korat cat that died from, you know, death. My mum freaked out when that happened. Fair. That's a reasonable reason to freak out. You know? Death. I got reminded yesterday that my granddad's been dead for 3 years. He died during COVID. He's the one I couldn't give a shit about. So it's not like it's that big of an issue. It just doesn't feel like it's been 3 years since COVID. It just doesn't. Just doesn't. But yeah, that was the first time we ever panicked over her. She doesn't cause much panic anymore. Only time we really do panic is whenever she brings in a rodent of some kind, because obviously she's a cat and she does that. But I think the funnier thing is that, like, one time my nana was in the kitchen with my mum. My nana is my mum's mum. And my nana and my mum were talking. I think something to do with, like, houses and shit. I don't know. Because I think my nana was trying to, like, find a new house. Because she'd finally moved out of France. And Hope decided in that moment, as a massive gift to my nana, she was going to drag a full-sized bird through the fucking cat flap. Like, it was alive. It was alive and it was fighting. But Hope had managed to drag it through the cat flap by its wing. I don't have grandparents, so I feel your pain. Kinda. I mean, I don't really care too much that he's dead. I know that sounds, like, insensitive, but as a neurodivergent person, like, my empathy meter for that man was, like, already very low while he was living. Like, I didn't really want to spend very much time around him. And I think the one who was affected the most was the middle child, Hannah. Just because Hannah was the one that interacted the most with Granddad. Especially, like, toward the end. Because, like, I don't know what was happening with him. Last we checked, he didn't have a memory condition. But Hannah mentions, like, he was asking who she was, why she was, like, bringing him things, like, cups of tea and such. Like, he was, like, losing his memory, and it hit Hannah the hardest out of the three of us. I don't know about my dad. I don't think he had much, you know, empathy for him. I don't think my dad really cared too much about Granddad, even though it was his dad. Mostly because Granddad wasn't exactly the most attentive father. he caused my aunt to have an eating condition by calling her fat and then judging her for eating so little food, and it's like, ah yes, excellent father. I mean, my aunt still to this day struggles with, like, eating in front of other people, even her own family. Whether it's her kids and her husband, or if it's, like, we're doing, like, a joint meal with my family and her family, and, like, she still struggles with that occasionally. But she's gotten better. And I don't think I've really forgiven him for, like, the issues he's given. Like, I don't think I really forgive him all that much for it. Empathy is something I also struggle with. It didn't even faze me that my cat got run over. Ooh. Yeah. It didn't faze me when my granddad died. And I'm still wondering to this day if it would have actually started to affect me if I'd been able to go to his funeral. Because due to it being COVID at the time when he died, like, I couldn't go. Like, I couldn't go visit. So, like, yeah, it was... I didn't really miss him too much. Like, it's not like I had, like, a horrible relationship with him. It wasn't like I had a great one. It was sort of distant. I'm surprised Hope hasn't moved around more than she has. But, getting back onto the topic of Hope, trying to switch back from the fact that my grandparents dead. But, switching back to itty bitty kitty here, the other time she made us panic was when she got hit by a car. She obviously, by being here right now, is not dead. She is very much alive. I can see her breathing right now. But, basically, she'd gone out to do some hunting. None of us thought, you know, it's not that much of an issue. You know, she goes hunting every day. It's not like it's a big fucking deal. We were like, our parents asked us, like, that evening, have you seen Hope this evening, or have you seen her today? Actually, I don't think they'd started doing that at that point. But, basically, God. This is why it's difficult with a cat. I know, honey, but my legs are going dead. My legs are really, really going dead. There we go. I'm not even gonna, like, remotely get this finished, am I? Basically, so we didn't suspect a thing because, you know, she usually goes hunting out at night. It's not that uncommon, you know, she's fine. And, unfortunately, she didn't show up for the next 3 days. At this point, my mum was getting really anxious. I was getting really anxious. My dad was, well, being dad and being apathetic. And he's like, she's a cat. She'll be fine. Which, like, didn't help with the fact that my mum was, like, full on bawling her eyes out because her little baby was missing. Don't get me wrong, my mum does care about the rest of us, but it's like Hope was the baby of the family. Cammy is now the baby of the family, unfortunately. Even though Hope is legitimately the size of a baby. But basically, we were all kind of really nervous and panicky. Like, even I was starting to get anxious about it. Like, I talked to my teachers going, our cat hasn't shown up in a couple days, we're really worried about her. Like, what if it's a worst case scenario, you know, all that stuff. And like, my teacher's trying to reassure me that, you know, it's fine, your cat's gonna be okay, she'll come back, you know, giving all the comforting speech shit. And like, I was in my room, like, I think starting to get ready for bed, and like, my parents were out. There is only one thing I can say, yikes, yeah. But basically, I think I was like getting ready for bed, and I finally heard like a meow. And like the little of Hope like running into my room. And I turned around and there she fucking was. And like I dropped to my knees crying because, you know, she'd been gone for 3 days. We'd been worried so badly about her. I know, I'm very worried about you. Very, very worried about you. She's trying to stop me from drawing. She really is. This is why I usually don't have her on stream. Because if I do, I get so very heavily distracted. Oh god, don't do that, honey. You're going to slip off in a minute. There's nothing there. Please don't do that. That's my sock. That is my whole ass sock. Honey, be careful. You are going to make me panic, cat. I mean, she technically already has, so maybe she succeeded in that mission. I'll move my fucking foot back up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know. I know, honey. I know. That mummy work, yeah. Yeah, no. It's... No, her mum's out. Or my mum's out. I'm just her big brother that she likes to bother, isn't it? I'm my big brother that she likes to bother. I do love you, you cute little shit. Oh, look at you, baby. Yeah, I know. I rested my hand on my leg. Big mistake. Just lay down. You were doing so well. You were doing so well. You're gonna use your head to support my drawing arm. Because it potentially gets you pets. Smart idea. But yeah, that first time was a panic, but the second time round, essentially she'd been gone for 3 days and then showed up but she had a limp. And, like, I was crying in my room, and Hannah came to see what was up. Actually, no, I think it was Amanda who came to see what was up. The other kid in our family. The other one. But, essentially, she came over to see what was up, saw me on the floor with Hope in my lap. Like, soaking in all the cuddles. It's like, she started crying too, ran to Hannah's room, got Hannah, and, like, my parents were out at the time, so Hannah, like, called Mum, I think it was, to say that Hope had come back, and that she was home, and I had her, like, in my lap, and she was hurt. Because I had explained to my sisters while Hannah was, like, calling Mum, that she walked in with a limp. And it was either Hannah called Mum or called down to Mum. Because at this point, it's fuzzy whether or not they were actually out or not. My mind is not the greatest when it comes to that crap. But, essentially, parents were called up. They found me with my sisters and the cat. And a vet appointment was booked ASAP. Because it was obvious, like, she'd probably been hit by a car or something, or at least something heavy. Because she was limping. And that's not good. Obviously. But when the doctors, well, pet doctors, you know, when the vet came back with, like, you know, the diagnosis after, you know, checking Hope over, it turns out I had been right. She had been hit by something heavy, probably a car, probably not going very fast, but still enough to, like, cause damage. So probably somewhere on the estate, who knows. And she had to limp back, but because she'd had to limp back, she had been very slow in her return. She couldn't run. That's why it had taken 3 days. She'd probably gotten hit early on in her ventures and had taken probably about a day, maybe a day and a half to get back to home. Just because, like, she'd have to take breaks to let the pain subside. And that was sort of devastating to hear. But the other thing, like, the vet said that she needed to have surgery. Not anything too drastic. Did I do it on the fucking words? I did it on the fucking words. Okay. Hang on. I gotta erase this shit. But basically, the vet said she needed surgery, and what needed to happen was she needed to have she needed to have what was essentially a metal rod to go through the joint in her leg and into her hip, because with the evident, like, hit that had been done, it had so heavily dislocated her leg that, like, there was no way it was going to heal properly on its own, and if we didn't do something soon, then it may permanently be like that. So my parents set up the surgery to get her, you know, back to normal ASAP. And it was actually pretty scary, since the last time I'd had a cat go into surgery, they came back missing a limb. Which, you know, is Sam. Because he had to have one of his eye removed after getting cancer in his eye. But essentially, she went into surgery and she got the ball joint, you know, all sorted. So she's all good now. She's jumping and running around and being a little bit of a needy nuisance, but she's all good. If you do look too closely while she walks, there is a very, very mild limp in her paw, in like one of her back legs. So it's very mild. Like, she's probably going to have that limp for the rest of her life. But it's not something that's now going to hinder her every day. Like, she'll be okay. That was, like, the only other time she's ever, like, truly scared the shit out of my family. All the other times, it's just been she has, like, you know. What the fuck? Yeah. Like, that was the only time, like, the only other time she's ever, like, properly scared the shit out of our family. The only other times are, like, when she's, like, doing her little zoomies. So, other than that, you know, she's fine. Aren't you, babe? Aren't you, little baby? She is drinking in that slip of sun that's coming through my fucking God, my curtains. There we go. That's the word. Oh god. But yeah, she's definitely given my family some close call heart attacks with some of the shit she's pulled. But, oh, speak of the devil, there's my parents, I think. Yep, I can hear the dog getting up, it's my parents. Yep, it's them. But, essentially, she's only truly scared my family twice. She's otherwise good. Aren't she, babe? Yeah, she's... I would have my door shut right now, but, you know, Hope's in here, and if she wants to leave at some point during stream, I don't want to have to get up. Oh, sorry, honey. I accidentally, like, bapped the side of her head with my arm. Okay. many other things to talk about. Not a lot goes on in my life. Like, I've been doing comic shit recently. Oh, I could talk about comic shit. Okay. I found something out, like a method of working that shockingly works well the few times I've used it. Because I only learned about it like a couple days ago. But it's something called Pomodoro time, where it's essentially you do 25 minutes of work, then you have a 5-minute break, then you go back and do 25 minutes of work, and a 5-minute break, and you continue like that. So it's in like half-hour integers, technically. And I have a focus timer on my laptop that allows me to set custom, like, working, like, not shifts, but periods of time that I work. And I can, like, set that. So I set that for 25 minutes, and then the break for 5 minutes. And I tried doing that. And it works. Like, believe me, I was fucking skeptical as shit. Because a lot of these fucking do X, Y, Z, and then you'll be fine, and blah, blah, blah. You know, a lot of that crap doesn't really work for me. But I decided, you know what, I'll give it a fucking shot. This, like, they've mentioned it a couple times in this video. You know what, I'll give it a shizzy shot. And I did. And it worked. The fuck? Which was ultimately very bizarre. Because I'm always very skeptical. I'm skeptical of everything. But basically, I did try Pomodoro time, so I did the 25 minutes, and then I had the 5-minute break, and the 25 minutes, 5-minute break, and I mean, it works. I got like a whole comic page done. So it's not like it's shit. I think it's just because, like, it's a short burst of focus, right? Then a 5-minute cooldown, and then you have another burst of focus. And your brain doesn't get tired from doing it all in one big session. So, you know, it works, oddly enough. Or it works for me, at least. I might start using it more often, probably not for, like, college work. Unless, like, it's something that I can genuinely do it on. But otherwise, Pomodoro time works. It's also translated to tomato time, I believe. I may be translating that wrong, I don't know, but I'm not entirely sure why it's called that. That may have been because it would, like, the first time it was used was, like, using a tomato timer. But the mode of work works. So, with personal shiz like my comic, I will probably use Pomodoro time. Just because it's easier to do those short bursts of focus than, you know, try to fiddle around with YouTube in the middle of, like, doing an art piece because, oh no, I suddenly lost the dopamine and the serotonin and the drive to continue with the piece. Because, like, I've been tempted to, like, do that shit on stream. after discovering it. Like, I was like, if I try doing Pomodoro time on stream, would I get more or less shit done? I mean, in part of my mind, I'm going, it would probably be less shit. Let's be honest, it'd probably be less shit. But in another part of my mind, I'm like, would it be though? Nope. Okay, so we want to do 7. No, we don't want to do that. We want to go here, we want to do that. So that I have reasonable sized stitches. But yeah, Pomodoro time feels like it would work. And I've tried it, and it kinda does work. I mean, it's probably not gonna be for like everybody. But if you're a skeptic like me, giving it a shot once, because it's not something that's going to like hurt you in the long run or anything. It's like, you give it a shot, see if it works. If it does work, you can keep going with it. If it doesn't work, you can drop it. Whatever suits your fancy. Yeah? I don't know if that's even gonna, like, show up. I might just make them black. Nope. Hi, honey. You're a little bit in the way with your cute little ears, but that's okay. I still love you. I still love you very, very much. Very, 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 very much. She's very cute. I love her very dearly. So I wanted to go with you for the fluff. I'm going to just do that. Because otherwise that's going to fuck with my head. See a face filler. Why are you looking at me like that? I gotta color in. It's the therapeutic part. I'm gonna put it in a big brush size. Yep. Okay. There we go. Are you feeling okay? Are you crying? No, I'm not crying. Don't worry. I'm all good, man. Why do you ask? Did my tone make it sound like I was crying? No, I don't usually cry on stream. I don't think I really have before. I don't think I have cried on stream, but like, I'm not crying now, don't worry. You're going to keep looking up at me like that, Hope. You're gonna keep giving me that grumpy stare, cause I'm not petting you. Yeah, getting that sun on your belly, huh? Getting that sun on your belly. Cute. Cute. If it weren't so cute, I'd kick you off my lap. Because you're getting in the way. Please don't try to pull anything down from under my desk. I can see your little kitty paw stretching out to grab something, and I do not like that. Get your flippin' paw away from that. Ah. Good stuff in the back of my mouth. It is just food. Chill. I also can't get the lid off to my coffee, so that's kind of, I mean, I guess that's a reason to cry. But I don't think it's a great reason to cry. It's coffee. I can still drink it. I just prefer to have the lid off because it cools quicker. There we go. Oh, bond touch received. Oh, I need to find the charger for that. Still haven't found the charger for my bond touch. Don't tell CR. Minchino is good. I have Minchino. It's a cute little mouse Pokemon. Nope. I'm gonna go with 10. I have had Just a Man from Epic the Musical in my head for like the last 2 days at least. And boy howdy, that is, whoo. I saw an animatic of like what he was like singing about. I forgot about the child killing in the Odyssey. Yeah, that, that's kind of spicy though. Why is it spicy? Oh god, I'm doing the stim again. I've been stimming a lot recently. Especially like vocal stims. Singing is vocal stimming. Oh, that's probably better. Bitch. Oh, I've got pins and needles in my leg. Because I've got a kitty cat on my fucking lap. I'm giving you a kiss on the head even though you're being a pain in my ass. Or a pain in my leg if I'm doing anatomical correctness. Mostly, well, it's mostly like the bottom half of my shin and my heel. ADHD brain coming in here, but talking of heels, I have heels now. I used them for my parents' anniversary. Like their anniversary party. Just so I could be that little bit taller. See what the fuck's going on. Not really, but, you know. I got the heels, and I haven't worn them very often. I have only made 2 attempts so far since getting them at the start of March, like end of February, start of March. But I've only made 2 attempts to actually wear them to, like, college. And, like, my feet are not used to it. Absolutely not. Because, like, I have hiking socks. Because I attempted to do, like, a practice DV. I didn't do the actual DV, or Duke of Edinburgh Award, or whatever. Just because, like, the first time around, my group got lost and therefore walked literally twice as far as the other 2 groups we were with. And I was so pissed that I just didn't want to fucking do it again. But I've still got the hiking shoes from when I did the practice, and I've got the hiking socks, which are like normal socks, except like literally 3 times as thick. Which is great if you have like slightly loose shoes. Because like my stompers, if I try to wear them to college, like if I wear my normal smaller boots, I'm fine. Because they have like support on like the back of the ankle. To, you know, prevent blistering. Which is like a great idea, it looks nice, you know, top notch. My stompers don't have that. I just call them my stompers because they're like big lace-up boots that have like probably about half an inch of height on them. Not very tall, but stompy. Got to go, I need to help out my mum. Okay. That's cool, man. But, yeah, my stompers don't have that support on the back of the ankle. And I have worn my stompers to college without the hiking shoes on. Not the hiking shoes, the hiking socks on. And it hurts. It blisters so bad. Well, it doesn't blister incredibly badly, like it's not like my whole fucking sock is drenched in blood or something, but it's like, it's really, really irritable after that. And essentially, I decided one day to like, you know what, I'm gonna try the hiking socks because they're thicker and maybe, you know, it'll prevent rubbing. So I did. And I tried the hiking socks on and it is now stuck. So in the mornings, I have like my normal socks on and then I put the hiking socks over the top. Just so that it prevents that rubbing factor. And I also did it with my heels, to just prevent my foot slipping around in the heel. And, like, don't get me wrong, it worked. There was no rubbing on the back of my ankle. Like, my ankle was fucking fine. As was my heel. The issue was with the balls of my feet. You know, if you tiptoe, you stand on like the balls of your feet. You know, that bit. Because that's essentially what you're doing with heels. You are essentially tiptoeing constantly. And obviously, my leg muscles are not adjusted for that. Um, yeah, my leg muscles aren't used to tiptoeing all the time. And, it wrecked my fucking feet, man. It hurt. Like, it genuinely had like a sting every time I had to like walk after I took them off. And it sucked. Oh, there's the fire alarm. I'm just going to mute for a minute. Okay, beeping's gone down. But yeah, the balls of my feet were like horribly sore, and it was stinging every time I was taking a step just because I wasn't used to it. It sucked massive ass, which is why like I've made it a rule to myself that if I am going to wear my heels at all during a week, it will A, not be on a Thursday, because I literally have to walk halfway across the campus. Because one of my lessons is in a different building entirely, whereas like every other lesson on every other day, even on that day, is in the one building on the one floor. So it's not that much walking around usually. But if I'm going to wear my heels, A, don't do it on a Thursday, and B, only do it one day out of the whole week. Just because otherwise, your feet are going to fucking kill you in the long run. Just so, you know, if I do wear my heels, you know, I look good doing it. Because it hurts wearing heels. And I know I'll sound like I'm bitching, and I am bitching. I'm not gonna hide it. I am bitching because I'm a little wimp. But fucking heels suck, man. Heels suck. I don't like heels. Like, if other women want to wear them, go ahead. You probably rock it better than I do. Like, anyone who is even marginally used to wearing heels could probably tell from like a mile away that I am not used to wearing heels. Which, you know, it's not the greatest. Yeah, I do sometimes wonder how people who don't do VTubing or have like a face cam when they're doing art, like I'm wondering how they reasonably like talk to chat. Like not like saying they can't, but like do it without looking weird. Because the angle you have to sit at to do art, you know, it's... I don't know, man. I'm just wondering how people who aren't faceless tubers do it, or faceless streamers. Always forever curious. Okay. I think I'm all good with that. We can go back to like 5. We are going to start down in the bottom corner. We may go up to 10 though. Okay. That's nice. Nice. I've got a cat here, so maybe I can get her approval on it. Fucking foot is going dead. She's very cute, but if you have any weight on you for any amount of time, you know that, like, if any of you have had a cat on your lap for a long period of time, you know that your fucking legs start to go dead. And it sucks, because, like, you don't want to move the cat. It's like, the cat has chosen you to sleep on. And you don't want to move the cat. But you kinda want to at the same time. Even if it's just an itty bitty bit so that you can have feeling back in your fucking foot or your leg or something. Like, jeez. Ugh. Hope is just chillin'. She is pretty unbothered this stream. There are other streams where she's been pretty, I don't know, active, I guess? Like, she's been moving around a lot. Of course, my dog's going fucking nuts. Don't listen to her, baby. She's just going crazy. It's alright. I got you, honey. Yeah, Cammy started barking and it startled Hope. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I want to know what, like, Cammy is screaming about. Because Hope is obviously reacting to it. Like, she's lifting her head, she's doing, like, the meerkat thing of, like, looking around in alarm. It's like, so obviously what Cammy is saying has some impact on her. I'm just wondering what the hell Cammy was saying. Because she definitely looked panicked at that moment. Cammy often barks, like, randomly at things. There's been people walking past the house, you know, people or kids just playing in their back garden, you know. People doing everyday shit. And she goes fucking nuts because obviously it's her territory and how dare you be in the same room as me. You know, pretentious dog. But whatever Cammy was yelling about this time obviously caught Hope's attention. Because, like, Hope does listen to whatever Cammy's screaming about. Like, I've seen it. Like, Hope's been sleeping on my lap, she, like, perked up an ear when Cammy started barking, but she hardly ever reacts. Like, properly reacts. This is one of the few times I've seen her, like, properly react, and I'm always curious about what Cammy is screaming about, that genuinely gets Hope's attention. Like, I'm wondering if, like, it's something she'd want to see. Like, if it's something that genuinely bothers her. You know? Save it. Okay. like jeans. Ooh. Okay. Hope. Do you like what I've drawn? Do you like what I've drawn, honey? Look, do you like this? No, you just want pets. You don't even give a shit about what I've drawn. That's cute. Not my best piece of work, and I'm probably not going to shade it. But it's cute. It is. I think Hope just approves of the pets I'm giving. Oh, where's my coffee? Oh, it's warm enough to drink. Yeah, I don't know why it's making that whistling sound either. Okay. Pop off. Literally. Okay. Cool. So I'm just going to set that there. I'm going to flip back to that. Transition. Okay. Cool. Oh, well, that was a nice relaxing piece of art. I have a kitty cat on my lap who evidently is trying to brush her head against my coffee cup. Does anyone else's cat have the thing where when they flop on the side, they want you to fuss their chest, like just below their head? Not their stomach, just their chest. But you can't do it from outside the arms. You have to have your arm tucked between their two front arms. Because Hope really, really likes it whenever I have my arm like between her front paws. Not her back ones. Just like from her side, up past her stomach, and between her front paws, like her front legs, and there, like petting her like that when she's laying on my lap. She loves that for some reason, which is cute, don't get me wrong, but I don't understand it. Streaming for an hour and a half. I really wish I could do longer streams. Like, I really wish I could. And like, in general terms, I probably could if, like, I put the BRB screen on for, like, when I had lunch. But at the same time, my BRB screen is literally just chat with, like, it's chat with all the things on it. It's like my old just chatting screen. So it has, like, chat filling up the whole left side, then the notifications on the bottom left next to chat, then it's got like the history and then the follower goal above it, and then just in big blue letters, be right back, folks. That is my BRB screen. And until I have like a better one where like it actually has movement or something to like be mildly interested in, you know, until that point when that happens, like once that does happen, once I have like a better screen, once I've made a better one, like I made a better just chatting, once I get around to that, ooh, where are you going? There we go. She had managed to slip off my leg and her front was like threatening to fall down onto the bottom of the desk. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of room there, so she'd like smack her rib on like the side of it. Hang on. Just a moment, folks. It was nothing. Okay. Well. This is nice. Got like a cup of coffee, cat on my lap, just talking about fuck knows what. But yeah, once I've made a better be right back screen, I'll probably start trying to do longer streams. Like, just because, like, I want to do longer streams. Like, I want to be able to do, like, ones that stretch into, like, 3 hours. Because I did that once, and don't get me wrong, that wasn't, like, the most ideal. Like, I did the Thankmas stream, which was that. I did, like, an hour and a half, then I had lunch, and then I came back and did the rest of it. And unfortunately, I had that very, very dull be right back screen. And while it works as like a general, like, it works as a general be right back, you know? But I want to have like one that's animated, maybe. Maybe one that's got like some sort of movement to it. Something that catches the eye instead of it just being like chat is the only possible movement. And if no one's speaking in chat, then it's like the Pokemon community game that pops up. And like, lunch is never a set time. It all depends on when it started to be made, if I'm making my own lunch, you know, etc, etc. There are different variables. And there's all that crap that I have to plan for, like the eventuality. A wild Eevee bit. Okay, hang on. Okay. So I've sent out a thing. It doesn't say it on there, I think just because I'm the streamer. But, oh, okay, that has what we want it. I am very warm, and I think that's because, A, I have another life form that is also radiating heat, along with the fact that, like, the house is actually starting to warm up, and I've had a warm coffee. So I'm very warm right now. But, I'm waiting for that. I'm just, like, I'm waiting for it to say whether I've caught the Eevee or not. Like, I am invested. Because if I do catch the Eevee, then my partner's gonna be so fucking jealous. Because they were complaining about not getting an Eevee last stream. They're complaining about it. Yes! I got it! I fucking got it! I caught it! Yes! Haha! I'm gonna have to brag. Yeah, I'm sending that picture to the Discord. I'm sending that picture to my Discord. Ooh. Okay. Oh. My partner's looking cute with our other partner. That's very nice. I have the fucking shit in the back of my mouth. Like the oat stuff. It... Oof. Yeah. Suck it, baby. I got an Eevee and you don't. If I do catch another one, I'll trade it with them though. Once I figure out how to trade. But yeah. The one time I'm not in the stream. Ooh, yep. Suck it, green boy. Oh. But yeah, caught the Eevee. Happy with that. If I do manage to catch another one at some point and CL doesn't have it, I will trade it with them. Just cause I'm nice like that. I don't have any of the other evolutions though. Just Eevee. Cool. Well, little pussycat. Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to say goodbye? Bring the mic over. Do you want to say goodbye? Can the folks at home get a goodbye? No? You just sounds of me petting you? Do they not get a purr? You not gonna grant the folks at home a purr? Nope. She is not purring. Oh. Do it enough. If I do it enough. If I rub the lamp. You're very helpful. I'm evidently lying, but I think you'd like to hear that. You don't care as long as you got pets during the whole thing. So, yeah, she's all good. Hope says bye. And I will see you all in the next stream. Hope you all have a good day, week, month. And I wish you the best with catching any Pokemon. I hope you catch all the evolutions. Have a great day. Bye.